Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Liberty Park in Sioux Falls, South Dakota for the Week 5 Game of the Week between the Charleston Predators and the Sioux Falls Sparrows. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Daggs. Alongside me in the booth is the Hall of Famer Matt Wilson. With us tonight, tracking the live game stats, is the notorious Gerald Smith. You are watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. And for the fans, Matt, how's it going tonight?
Great. Ready for tonight's game.
Sounds good, man. Tonight we have a pair of top 5 teams, both sitting at 3-1, looking to stay in the top 5 with a victory tonight. At the heart of it, powerful running games on offense with Keith Swearingen and Colin Hart sure to be running all over the field tonight. But there are also stifling defenses for both squads. Both defenses are top 5 in multiple categories. So I'm expecting that perhaps we won't see a lot of points on the board in this one, but someone has to come out on top. Matt, who do you think it's going to be and how are they going to get it done?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough challenge for the offenses tonight. Charleston is coming off an impressive 10-point win over the Gladiators, while the Sparrows suffered a heartbreaking 3-point loss to Chicago. The Predators were effective on the ground, however they turned the ball over 3 times. Sioux Falls also committed 3 turnovers, and Colin Hart rushed for under 100 yards. With these 2 dominant defenses, we could be seeing a repeat as far as turnovers. Whoever plays a cleaner game combined with a more effective running game should win. However, there's only one way to find out, and that's on the field.
All right, Matt. Well, let's head down to the field and get this one started. Sioux Falls will kick. Charleston back to receive and get things going on offense first. Maxwell Falk kicks it off, and we are underway here in Liberty Park. Taken back at the goal line and returned up to straight into a host of tacklers is Lance Dulake for Charleston, and that is where they will take the ball on offense. First down and 10 from their own 22-yard line. TD Drew leading his offense out onto the field to get things going. And Matt, you mentioned how a little bit of a rough game for Drew. 3 picks last week in the win over St. Louis. He has 11 on the season, looking to see what he can do here in this one. Drew on the first play from scrimmage finds Buchanan. Simons on the out route, and Matt, a little surprised, they're going to go right into the no huddle.
Trying to get a spark on offense, just got to be careful. Drew's got to be mindful of the interceptions.
Deep drop for Drew and an out route to the left-hand side this time. Tackled on the play by Nick Fargo. Keith Swearingen with the reception. Swearingen's actually lined up in the slot. Drew to fire over the middle. This time a deep post route. That one's complete all the way up to the 44-yard line. Ken McCarro with the reception. And Gerald Smith on stats getting a workout to get this one going. But Drew, Matt just kind of jogging back to the line, letting Gerald get caught back up.
He's surveying the field.
Pump fake by Drew deep down the right sideline, and that one's in and out of the hands of Simons. He could have gone to the house on that one.
Yeah, big drop by Simons, and maybe they want to huddle now. I guess they like the defensive look.
Drew the pass again. This time another post route over the middle and another incompletion. Back-to-back incompletions. That one intended for McCarro. And it looks like on 3rd down and 10, they will huddle up.
Yeah, the receivers have got to be gassed. Maybe that's why they missed those last 2 balls. So just get your team well rested. Get a productive 3rd down play selected because you need 10 yards.
So 2 wide receivers on the field for 3rd down and 10. Drew under center. Fires over the middle, wide open target. That pass is complete to Lyric Da Vinci, the tight end. Rookie 1st-round pick. Matt picked 5th overall. Has 13 receptions and 180 yards and a touchdown on the season. That is catch number 14 for him.
Yeah, when you draft someone that high, you want some instant production, and so far, they've gotten that out of Da Vinci.
2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, and Keith Swearingen in the backfield. Drew will pass again, swing route to Swearingen, and that was going to bring him out of bounds at the 22-yard line, 2nd down and 5. Here are the impact players on offense for the Charleston Predators. Quarterback TD Drew, halfback is Keith Swearingen, wide receivers Ken McCarro, Buchanan, Simons, tight ends are Lyric Da Vinci and Jay Taylor. And you can't forget her on special teams, Amanda Moyer, the kicker.
Nope, kickers are people too.
Absolutely. Although Mexico City did not use theirs last week, except for extra points. Drew fires it to Swearingen, and that one's batted down at the line. So that'll give us an opportunity to look at the key players here on the Sioux Falls defense. Defensive line is James Kelly, Jonathan Camp. Linebackers, Jose Fuentes, Alex Parker, and Nick Fargo. Corners are John Barnhart and Terrell Davis. The safeties are Jay Ringgold and A.J. Levy. 9 seasons in the league for Levy. 3rd down and 5. Drew pump fakes again, and once again finds a wide open target over the middle. That's Jay Taylor, and he is tackled at the 1. Was trying to get his first touchdown of the season, but tackled just shy of the goal line.
Has Charleston thrown the running game out the window? I haven't seen one yet. Swearingen's waiting. Yeah. Now's the time. He's fresh. He's offset. Give it to him.
Only been used in the passing game so far with a couple of catches for Swearingen, and he takes the handoff here and walks uncontested into the end zone for an early Charleston touchdown.
If I'm Charleston at the line, I love that look. Sioux Falls is just a standard 3-4, not a goal line set, so you get some decent blocks there, and I could have trotted into the end zone.
Unlikely. I've seen you run. It's not pretty.
I think I'm pretty.
And there's Amanda Moyer out on the field for the extra point try. Warren King on to hold. Low snap, gets it down, and the kick is up, and it is good. Charleston takes a early 7-0 lead here in Sioux Falls, and the Sparrows will now get their shot on offense to try and respond.
Looks like Moyer's gone to the Cole Varner School of blocking or of kicking with that approach there. That straight out approach served him well for many seasons. So not a bad guy to, look up to.
TD Drew, 6 of 9 on that first opening drive, was 15 of 23 the entire last game. So already almost halfway to the total number of pass attempts from the previous game that he played, and see if that strategy holds true through the rest of this ball game. Julian Tyree now leading his offense out onto the field. Both of these teams 3-1, Matt. Charleston won last week against St. Louis 20-10. The Sioux Falls Sparrows lost a close one, tried to mount a fourth quarter comeback and came up short, losing at Chicago 21-24. First play for the Sparrows is going to be a run by Colin Hart straight up the middle. And that'll give us a chance to take a look at the key players here on the Sioux Falls offense. We mentioned quarterback Julian Tyree, and you just saw Colin Hart. Fullback Jalen Wells, one of the more heavily used fullbacks in the running game among teams. Wide receivers are A.J. Warren, Gunnar Lewis, and Al Dillapre Sr. Tight end is Noe Terrazas.
Thanks, I believe that was Wells on that last handoff.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
That one was Colin Hart.
That one was Colin Hart. The old fullback draw up the middle.
Impact players on the Charleston Predator defense: Yogi Barr, Jeff Hollywood, and Joseph Cebulka on the defensive line. Jack Brown, the longest tenured player in Charleston, well, longest in the season anyway, at linebacker, Brandon Haight. Johnny Bravo and Kelladon Holly are the corners. Josh Reese, Zachary Bates, and Jack Hoffman are the safeties. That one is a pass to Noe Terrazas, and that's good for a Sioux Falls first down.
So Sioux Falls so far going at a more measured pace. Although I like that out of Charleston, they just wanted to get the offense going, get the sparks flying, and there was a lot of sparks on that first drive.
Colin Hart, 24 carries for 93 yards, 2 touchdowns last week versus Chicago. It's good statistically, but not his best game for sure. Stuffed in the backfield that time, brought down for a loss. Well defended by Zachary Bates, coming up from the safety position to help cover the run.
And I think most teams would take Hart getting under 100 yards. The touchdowns are more of a field position situation for the passing game than his running. So hold him under 100, you have an excellent chance to win. Clear the opposition.
Hart takes the ball again, stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play either. Will bring up a 3rd down and a long 12.
Well, Charleston has 3 highly paid defensive linemen, and they're showing up here along with 2 linebackers. So it's going to be hard to run on this team.
Third down and 12. Julian Tyree in the gun, 5 wide for the offense. Tyree fires. Post route, that one's caught, and it will move the sticks. First down and 10 at the 47-yard line. Great catch by A.J. Warren.
Charleston only sent 3, and they didn't get there. Left the vet with plenty of time, and that's just a nice pitch and catch.
So Sioux Falls keeps the drive going. First down and 10 from the Charleston 47-yard line in Charleston territory. 3 wide receiver set. Hart in the backfield. Tyree under center. 5-step drop for Tyree. Out route to the bottom of your screen. That one is caught for another first down. Hauled in by Gunnar Lewis. Matt, he was a week 5 signing. That is his first SFL catch, and it's good for a Sioux Falls first down.
And he just sat Johnny Bravo on his butt, the poor man. I mean, that's a way to make an impact in your first ever career catch. Make a nice gain there and set the defender down.
Trips formation to the right side of the offensive set, and it'll result in an out route. That one complete to Noe Terrazas.
Yeah, and Sioux Falls just systematically moving down the field. I mean, Charleston had Hart stopped. 3rd and long is exactly what you're looking for as a defense, but they couldn't get Sioux Falls off the field, and now they're paying for it.
2nd down and 1. Power I formation here. Jalen Wells and Colin Hart in the backfield. Wells gets the handoff, runs straight up the middle, gets the first down up to the 22. And, Matt, we've seen impressive drives so far by Charleston and Sioux Falls. Obviously, Charleston getting the touchdown on theirs, but Sioux Falls on the move.
Also, some suspect defensive formations. You see that heavy set with a fullback, and you come out in a nickel. That fullback run might be, again, we'll see it here again. That fullback run might be there all day long.
Tyree hands the ball off to Wells, I believe. Yeah, that is Wells again. And yeah, like I said, he's one of the more heavily used running backs. Colin Hart so far on the season, 97 carries, 452 yards, and 6 touchdowns. But Wells, 46 carries and 148 yards. He has a touchdown as well. The rookie 3rd-round pick number 45 overall in this past offseason's draft. Colin Hart takes this one, running off tackle to the right, and that's why he is one of our impact players as he gets his way up to the 12-yard line, 3rd down and 1. The workhorses, Matt, these running backs on both teams just absolutely carrying the season so far for each squad. 104 carries for Swearingen and 97 carries for Colin Hart, both top 5 in the league coming into tonight's game. And they are just both fantastic players, as you saw Hart there picking up some nice yardage on 2nd down. 3rd down and 1, offset I formation. Hart takes the handoff again, and he is wrapped up and tackled. No gain on the play. Huge play for that defense, Matt.
Yeah, Charleston had more men on the line, and Hart went nowhere. He's having a hard go of it, besides that one off tackle running. Little drama here. Let's see if they're going to run the clock or run a play.
Hoffman with that last tackle to save the first down, and offense still out on the field. 15 seconds to go on the play clock. Looks like Tyree is just doing the hard count, trying to get the Predators to jump. A lot of rookies on that defensive line. I get the strategy, but it looks like this one will not pay off as the Sparrows have to burn their first timeout with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
I don't mind that at all in the first half. It drives me bonkers in the second half. Those timeouts are like precious gold. So now we'll see a field goal here.
Yeah, absolutely. Maxwell Falk will come out onto the field for a field goal try. This one will be from about 30 yards out.
Barring a snap disaster, I think this should be a almost guaranteed 3.
Well, now it's going to go wide right. Thanks, Matt. from the right hash. Good snap, good hold. Kick is on its way, and it is good from 29 officially. So the Sparrows are able to answer, but not quite as much as they would have liked. 7-3 is the score here in the first quarter. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. We'll be back here in Liberty Park after this. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back. We're live in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Falk has the ball teed up, ready to get Charleston's second drive underway. Taken once again from the goal line. Dulake returns it up to the 23-yard line, and TD Drew will bring the offense back out onto the field. Matt, what have you thought so far? A couple of nice drives there.
Yeah, but it's a real kick in the teeth if you're Sioux Falls to get that close and not punch it in for 7. So good win for the Charleston defense. On the offensive side for Charleston, will we continue to see this passing game, or will Swearingen get more involved?
10 plays, 79 yards, and a touchdown on their first drive. Sioux Falls, 13 plays, 61 yards, and a field goal. Swearingen takes that swing route only for a gain of 1 up to the 25-yard line, and Matt, they came out passing again.
It's kind of like a run. You dump it off to the back, but not much going there. Now that's kind of pigeonhole you a little bit here. 2nd and 9. I would think you'd want to pass again, but maybe not. Well, I'd lean towards the pass.
Yeah, I think that's probably a safe bet, Matt, since the running back is not in the backfield.
I didn't know it at the time.
TD Drew, deep drop, fires over the middle.
Oh, no.
Jumping backwards 9 yards. That was absolutely ridiculous. Only a 2-yard gain. Lyric Da Vinci, I believe, with that catch. Yep, they're back to the line again. Drew, another deep drop and a short pass. And that one nearly picked off. Almost taken away by Fuentes. No, that's Nick Fargo. I'm sorry. And he almost intercepted that one. And that's going to bring a really quick end to that drive. Night and day difference from their first one.
Well, I think if the tight end didn't run the wrong way, I think it would have been a successful drive. But, a series is like a domino. If one falls, all of a sudden the whole drive just collapses. Or,
Benjamin Warner on to punt for his first SFL punt. Also signed just this past week, and that kick is taken back to the 42-yard line by A.J. Levy, Matt, the wily old veteran. One heck of a safety, and he likes to return kicks and punts too. One might say he does it all.
I wouldn't want to do it at his age, let me tell you. Give me a big ice bath and just call on me out when you need me on defense. I'm good.
At his age, them's be fighting words, Matt. 3 wide receivers on first down. Colin Hart running off tackle to the left. And well defended by Jack Brown. Brown, an impactful linebacker on this defense, coming over from Mexico City 2 seasons ago. 6 seasons in the league, Matt, and it's hard to believe, but he's actually the player with the most experience on this entire team.
He spun off that block to make that tackle. That was very impressive.
2nd and 11 after a 1-yard loss. Picked off, taken away by Josh Reese. He's going to go to the house. Touchdown, Charleston. What a pick.
Bye-bye. And he's given the ball CPR. I think it's dead. Sorry, sir. But Charleston's very much alive in this game. Ill-advised throw by Tyree. No pressure, really. Tries to dump it down, deflected. Did that deflect off the receiver's hands? Oh, no. You hate to see that kind of thing happen. Yeah, and now Charleston with all the momentum in the world.
Terrazas tried to catch it, and it looks like it was pretty well defended.
Yeah.
I believe that was Zachary Big on the coverage and broke the pass up, which then popped it in the air to Josh Reese.
Points
And,
off turnovers, Mike. Points off
yep.
turnover.
That can just change the whole outcome of a game. Extra point is up, and it is good. 14-3 here in Liberty Park, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. That was pick number 2 on the season for Reese. I'm sure he's going to be looking to get his hands on more of them tonight. We'll see what happens after this. Don't go anywhere. Crowd here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota is absolutely stunned silent right now, Matt. You can hear a pin drop in this stadium after that pick 6 by Josh Reese. Levy back at the 7-yard line will return this one straight up into a host of tacklers. Gets it up to the 27, and Julian Tyree is going to lead the offense right back out onto the field. And Matt, as a quarterback, what's it like coming back out onto the field after throwing a pick 6?
Well, it's never fun, but you got to have amnesia. You can't be afraid to sling it again, because if you're tentative, the defense is going to notice, and you're likely to make more mistakes.
Tyree with 3 picks last week, 9 on the season, now 10 after that one. Split backs in the backfield. Ball is handed off and runs straight up into the middle is Jalen Wells. No gain on that play. It'll be a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, this Charleston line is looking very... When they put 4 down linemen up there, they're looking really good. It's when they only have 3, they're looking more porous. But I think Sioux Falls is going to have to pass here, and let's see if Tyree is over the pick.
Tyree will hand the ball off again. This one to Colin Hart this time. He gains 2. And, Matt, that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8. Now, Tyree's one of the longest tenured quarterbacks in the league with 9 seasons, all of which have been here on Sioux Falls. But even for a veteran, it's got to be kind of hard when your team's already down to shake that pick 6 off. And, it looks like the offense called a couple of nice, easy run plays, but didn't get the yards they need. Now they've got to go 5 wide on this one. Tyree alone in the backfield. Fires over the middle. That one gets caught. Gunnar Lewis with his 2nd catch. Good for a Sioux Falls 1st down. That'll give him some breathing room and some time to think here, as it looks like we're going to tick away the final seconds of the 1st quarter.
Looks like 90 all slants is in the playbook, and Charleston wasn't ready for it. Tyree, no pressure, finds the open slanter and picks up the 1st. Sioux Falls on the move.
Absolutely. 1st down and 10 from their own 46-yard line. That'll bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. What a 1st quarter of action we have had. Plenty more football to go. Charleston Predators 14, Sioux Falls Sparrows 3. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. We'll be back after this. And welcome back to Liberty Park in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Week 5 game of the week between the Charleston Predators and the Sioux Falls Sparrows. I'm Mike Daggs on play-by-play, joined in the booth by the Hall of Fame quarterback Matt Wilson. Gerald Smith with us on stats. On first down and 10, Tyree throws, and that one's a dangerous pass broken up by Jack Brown. Nice coverage by the linebacker on that one.
Brown's made a lot of key plays tonight.
He makes a lot of key plays all the time. A wily old veteran, it's kind of a question because, I mean, he's only got 6 seasons in the league, but like we said, he's been on the team or in the league the longest out of anybody on this team. Top 20 in league history on tackles, Matt, after only 6 seasons. The guy is just a beast. Oh, and that one's nearly intercepted. Nearly another pick 6 as he was trying to hit Terrazas again, and Bates jumped that route. Just couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, baited him into almost another pick, and boy, that one just took the top off at least the Charleston fans. The Sioux Falls Stadium might have collapsed in on itself.
Matt, once again, 3rd down and 10. Well, 3rd down and long, I should say. It is 3rd down and 10, but once again, 3rd and long for the Sparrows, and Tyree once again alone in the backfield, trying to get a first down, and Terrazas falls across the line. Good job by Terrazas to fight for the extra yard.
Yeah, he just arched his back and just kept moving his feet and got the extra couple inches. And, you know, the SFL reps tend to be a little conservative with their spot, so you need to make sure you're past the yellow marker.
Well, they must have liked what they saw there as they stay in that formation. Tyree kind of sidearms that one. They rule it a fumble recovered by, I believe, it says it was recovered by Charleston, but I don't know, Matt. I think we're going to see a review.
Yeah, throw the flag. He did not have possession, I guarantee it. Let's see. No way.
No. I don't know. I mean, Josh Reeson on the coverage broke that one up. Pass was intended, I believe that was for Turgeon James. And yeah, we do indeed see the challenge flag come out. So we'll have to see the replay, Matt, but we've already seen it once. I mean, I don't need to see it again. I think for sure that was an incomplete pass.
It was a bang hit, not possession. Watch.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
He takes no steps. I mean,
no steps.
We'll see what the ref rules here. It does indeed rule in favor of the Sioux Falls Sparrows, and the ruling on the field is overturned. So Sioux Falls will keep their timeout and wins the challenge. So that one is incomplete. They will retain possession of the ball from the Charleston 44-yard line. 2nd down and 10.
Still a good pass breakup by Charleston, even though the call didn't go their way.
3 down linemen for the Predators. Tyree to throw, fires into quadruple coverage, I think that was. A.J. Warren has the catch. Wow, talk about fitting it through a small window, Matt.
Yeah, they've just discovered that, this defense seems to be weak to slants, and that they've gone to slants about 3 times this drive, and 2 out of 3 times it's been successful. So that's something Charleston needs to kind of patch up a little bit.
83 yards and a pick for Tyree. A rating under 50. Gonna have to work on getting that number up a little bit higher. But they're gonna win this one. Hart running off tackle to the left. That's why he's one of the impact players, Matt. He's gonna run into the end zone. Touchdown from 31 yards out. Sioux Falls gets their first touchdown of the night.
That was too easy. Those blocks set up well. Hart just running through the holes. He didn't have to make a move. Just follow your blocks. Touchdown.
Yep,
easy.
Just stepped on the gas and off he went into the end zone. I think he was untouched, wasn't he?
Yeah. Whenever he's untouched, you just gotta, I think, buy a Rolex for everyone involved in that play.
all the linemen and all the tight ends, Matt. Everybody needs to get a Rolex on that one. Everybody out there blocking. 7 touchdowns now on the season for Colin Hart. Extra point is up and good. That will narrow the gap. 14-10 now here in Sioux Falls.
A little lucky. Sioux Falls could have had another pass going the other way, but luckily for them it was dropped, and so they took advantage of that situation, drove right down the field, and now Charleston's third possession, hopefully it's more like their first.
9-play, 76-yard drive resulting in a 31-yard touchdown. Dew Lake returns it all the way up to the 23-yard line. TD Drew finally getting back out onto the field, Matt. He's had plenty of time to rest after Sioux Falls had that pick six before the scoring drive. So we've seen now basically 2 drives in a row of Sioux Falls offense. So this is only, Matt, where you have 9 minutes, 42 seconds to go here in the second quarter. This is only the third offensive possession for Charleston.
Yep, and we'll see which way the ball's going to turn.
There you go. Swearingen with I believe his first actual carry of the night. So he runs that one up the middle for 8 yards.
I think he ran in for the touchdown, so his second.
Oh, yes. Yep, you're right. He had a 1-yard carry earlier, so now 2 carries for 9 yards and a touchdown. Early here in the second quarter. So I was expecting to see a little bit more out of Swearingen, but still a lot of ball game left.
Yeah, it only takes one, as we saw with Hart.
Swearingen with back-to-back carries, sidestepping the defender and getting his way up to the 36-yard line. And, Matt, these teams have always had just close games. This most recent one back in March of 2019, Charleston 24, Sioux Falls 21, just a 3-point difference. TD Drew with a monster game, 41 of 50, 280 yards and 2 touchdowns. Colin Hart, though, ran almost 30 times, 216
How do you lose
yards.
and run for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns?
Right. 7.4 yards per carry and 2 touchdowns. Broken up, Matt. You got prematurely excited there, I think. But
I thought he caught it. I thought Simons caught the ball and he dropped it.
So Charleston actually, they've played these 2 teams have played 3 times. Charleston's won 2 of them, winning here in this one. Their second matchup, which was near the end of season 10, was not very close. Charleston won 38-17, but their first matchup earlier that season, Charleston lost that game 24-22. So a couple of close ones and one somewhat of a blowout. Nice tackle there. As it brings up a 3rd down and 8, and Charleston now has to try to get this one converted on a 3rd and long.
Yeah, and those stats look a lot better for Hart, but you take away that long run and it'd be a lot closer.
Drew to pass, pump fakes, pressure coming, gets it out route. That one was open to the right-hand side. Lyric Da Vinci somehow totally losing whoever was supposed to be covering him and makes that catch. First down from the Sioux Falls 48-yard line.
Yeah, but look how much time. He had time to pump fake and then wait for his route to get open. And that's key. If you got a solid O-line that's going to give you that much time, eventually a good quarterback should find some hole in the defense, as Drew did there.
Looked like A.J. Levy was in on the coverage. It's a rare day to see A.J. Levy lose track of who he's covering, but I think he did on that one. Drew back to pass, checks it down to Swearingen behind the line of scrimmage, and that one is swarmed on right at the 47. 1-yard gain. Nick Fargo with the tackle, 2nd down and 9.
That's going to be tough. Sioux Falls sports 3 highly paid linebackers, which is unusual in the SFL. So running on them is not going to be the easiest thing, even if you get past the first 4 guys.
Yeah, Jose Fuentes, Alex Parker, and Nick Fargo, Matt, the 3 linebackers you mentioned, a combined 17 seasons of experience between them. And there's A.J. Levy with 9 seasons of his own. You see that closing speed and that angle? Beautiful job making that tackle. 3rd down and 5 after a gain of about 4.
Now we'll see what Charleston's kind of go-to play on 3rd down is. Teams usually have 2 or 3 we see consistently.
4-3 look from the Sparrows. Empty backfield for the Predators. Drew under center, changing the play at the line. Drew to pass, firing, complete over the middle. Another wide open target. That one appears to be Jay Taylor, the other tight end, Matt. A couple of star impactful playing tight ends here on this Predator offense.
Well, that's gotta make you just smile when there's 2 tight ends on the field. Both can catch and both are
Yeah, I mean, you can never have too many. And if I was the offensive coordinator, I would eliminate all wide receivers and have nothing but tight ends. Can you imagine the running game? And let's face it, tight
imagine
ends
how
can
bad the
catch passes.
passing game
Oh
would be.
no, oh no, best in the league, best in the league. I don't know what you're talking about. Swearingen takes the handoff, breaks through the first tackler, and gets up to the 20-yard line, averaging 4 yards per carry now. 2nd down and 5, just at the red zone.
And that's another interesting situation. Sioux Falls has 2 highly paid defensive ends, but then Charleston counters that with 2 tackles. So who's going to cancel out who? So far, it's been Charleston's O-lineman.
Swearingen
Whoa!
in trouble in the backfield, but gets around out to the outside and into the end zone. Touchdown, Charleston. What an impressive run for Keith Swearingen.
Swearingen, he's got an interesting running style. He's not the spinoramic kind of guy like Hollywood. He's not the power back, but just look how he moves. Look at the efficiency of his movement. He just gets the right angles for the most yards, kind of like one of our favorite Bills of all time, Fred Jackson. Not the fastest guy, not the biggest guy. He's not going to run you over, but he runs very efficiently.
Yeah, Fred X always delivered for the Bills, Matt, and Swearingen just delivered for the Charleston Predators. I thought it was going to be a tackle for a loss. Got stuffed at the line, and then he said, I'm not going to try to power through that. I'm just going to go around. So I'll just be over here if you need me in the end zone. Gets in for a touchdown, and Charleston extends their lead 21-10 here in Sioux Falls. We'll see how the Sparrows can respond when Tyree brings the offense back out here. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. And welcome back. Amanda Moyer has the ball teed up, ready to kick it back off to A.J. Levy back near his own goal line. Sioux Falls down 11 here, 5 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the first half. Levy spinning, trying to make a play on special teams, gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, the old man still wants to take punishment. I wouldn't like to do that job, but, maybe he likes it.
Colin Hart, 8 carries, averaging 4.9 yards per carry. Matt, only 39 yards, but he's got it in the end zone, so that's what counts. Power I formation here on first down. And Tyree will throw out of it, swings it out to Colin Hart, tries to lower his shoulder, but he tried to truck through Zachary Bates, and Bates was having none of that.
No, and I would have audible to a run there. Charleston was playing way off the ball, and that's just made for those swing routes. The defenders close and just deny you those blocks you were trying to make, so they can just run right by them. So maybe they'll try to run it up the middle this time.
Offset I on 2nd down and 9. Flag on the play.
Hart
tackled right at the line. Gosh. Kellett and Holly just comes up and levels him.
Fortunately, maybe for not.
Looks like it's an offsides penalty on the Sparrows. They're going to call that one on number 94, Tyrone McGee, one of the backup linebackers, Matt. Just a little bit too close to the line. Or no, excuse me. I'm sorry. That's not Tyrone McGee. Looking at the wrong roster, that's Yogi Barr, the defensive end.
Gotta say, that's an awfully big linebacker.
That's when I saw him, I'm like, wait a second. That is Barr. Tyree swings it out to Colin Hart again, this time getting a little bit more yardage, but not quite enough. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 2, the 33-yard line.
3rd and 2, this is when you might want to spool up the old fullback here to See if he can get you 2 yards. It's kind of what you pay him for. Be interested to see what defense Charleston comes out with if they're set up that way.
Jalen Wells is indeed on the field
He's
for this
offset.
3rd down and 2. Yeah, offset, and they hand it off to Hart running off tackle.
No.
Get away. Jack Brown with the first hit, and then a trio of defenders jumps on him. There's Yogi Barr making up for his offsides, and it'll bring up a 4th down and 4 and put an end to the Sparrows' drive.
Kind of the antithesis of what I wanted. Instead of going right up the middle, they kind of try to run around the outside. And Charleston, except for that one long run, has shut that down.
Matt using the $100 words tonight. Antithesis?
Yeah.
That is a fumble on the kick return, and that one looks like it's I don't know. I can't tell. Anybody knows. It looks like Charleston has the ball, and that one was very close.
I thought one team had it, and then I thought the other team had it. I wasn't sure.
It looked like Sioux Falls had jumped right on it, but
yeah, I thought they had it, but boy,
great. Was that also the antithesis? I don't know what that means. So
means the opposite of what I wanted to happen. The antithesis.
Gotcha. So that was the antithesis of who Sioux Falls wanted to recover it. I can use big words too. 1st down and 10. Pass over the middle. That one's caught by Da Vinci. He's going to get another 1st down for the Predators, and a dangerous situation on special teams, but they come out firing and get a 1st down in the first play of the drive.
Yep, and Sioux Falls got to be sweating a little bit here. They got to shut them down now.
After a heavy dose of Swearingen, they're going to come out throwing on the 2nd play of this drive as well. Empty backfield. That one is an out route to Buchanan Simons. Haven't seen him since the 1st drive. That one good for a gain of 6. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4 from about midfield. 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go here in the first half.
Good start. Give Swearingen a break, and now you can come right back with him here and try to pick up some more yards and make it a 3rd and short, or continue the drive with a 1st down, or just don't put them in at all.
An ideal situation for Charleston. Bleed this last 3 minutes off, score, and get the ball back to start the second half.
Ooh.
Actually, just correction on that. It looks like Charleston will have to kick off to start the second half. So it'd be ideal for them to get some more points on the ball on the board here now before having to turn it back over to the Sparrows.
It's a very unique offense Charleston runs with these 2 tight end, 2 receiver sets, and they're kind of catching Sioux Falls in a situation where they're putting all their linebackers on the field, and they're not the best at covering. So I'd give that advantage to Charleston.
Drew to throw on 1st down. Steps up, pressure coming down. He goes. Hit by James Kelly, the 1st round pick. Pick number 10 overall, Matt. He's got 1 sack on the season. That one's not going to count as a sack as the ball was thrown, but incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10.
It was pressure, though, and Sioux Falls hasn't gotten their hands on Drew yet, so good first step for them. They need more of that in this game.
2nd and 10 from the Sioux Falls 40. Ball is handed off to Swearingen, and he's met right at the line. Tackled for a loss on the play by Nick Fargo. And, Matt, these running backs just keep on carrying the load for these 2 teams. Both top 5 in carries coming into the week that we are in right now. See Diesel Dawson leading the league, but Swearingen right behind him. Colin Hart at number 5, still in that top 5, though. That is the 2-minute warning. 3rd down and 12 is the situation they'll be faced with when we come back after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Two minutes to go here in the first half. 21-10 Charleston with the lead. 3rd down and 12 for the offense. Drew back to pass. Hit as he throws again. Another pass breakup. And that will put an end to this drive from the 42-yard line. Matt, they are going to need to punt. Zeke Zimmerman with the pressure.
That's just what Sioux Falls needed. They prevent Charleston from even kicking a field goal here. Now we'll see the punting situation and how bad Sioux Falls will be pinned in their own end.
Benjamin Warner on for his second career Simulation Football League punt, joining this Charleston Predators roster this past week. See how he can do on this one as he tries to coffin corner it. It'll bounce down at the 7-yard line and kind of die right at the 1. What a beautiful punt by Benjamin Warner. No wonder they signed him to this squad, Matt.
You know, I'm not rooting for one team or another, but I love seeing good special teams. And that one guy for Charleston could have just grabbed it and ran into the end zone, but he's like, nope, I'm going to run right past it. I'm going to trust the ball. Ball don't lie. Down at the 1.
Running formation here from the 1-yard line. Ball is handed off and room to run. Gets some breathing room right there as Jalen Wells runs up the middle for a gain of 5.
Yeah, Sioux Falls might just be looking to run the clock out and tack it to halftime where they'll receive the ball, because Charleston, uncharacteristically in this league, chose to receive instead of kick. So we'll see.
Split backs in the backfield. Tyree will throw, but throws it to Wells. And Wells lowers his shoulder, gets the first down up to the 12-yard line, and steps out of bounds, stopping the clock.
That was unexpected. They lined up in a hurry, then took their time when they snapped it, so I wasn't sure what they were going to do. But heck, with 2 timeouts at a minute 16, why not try to push it down the field a little bit? Just be careful. That 1 pick 6 has got to be still looming. And
still in a running formation here, though. Minute 16 to go in the first half. Tyree will hand it off to Wells, who's met right at the line. And now it doesn't look like they're in any particular hurry. Letting the clock run here.
Looks like they're just going to say, well, we're not going to risk throwing another pick and letting Charleston kick a field goal or score a touchdown. And we'll get the ball if we can score a touchdown. We're only down 4.
Three wide receivers, I formation here on 2nd down, letting the clock tick down. And then another swing route to Colin Hart, getting nice yards and getting out of bounds, but it'll bring up a 3rd and 5 from their own 17. 37 seconds to go with the clock stopped.
It's a weird call. Hart gets out of bounds, so I mean, I'm assuming Sioux Falls is going to run this ball, because if they throw out another pass and it's incomplete or out of bounds and they don't get the first, then they're giving the ball back to Charleston. Good field position.
And you got to think, with the momentum on their side, with decent field position and about 30 seconds on the clock, 3 timeouts, they're going to keep going for it. But it's all for naught, as that one is caught by Gunnar Lewis, and another first down for Sioux Falls, and that might bring us to halftime.
Yeah, I guess they wanted more out of that. They don't feel comfortable moving the ball. Let's see how quick they come out of the huddle. Not quick. I think this is the last play of the half.
3 wide receivers on the field. I don't think they're going to try to go for any sort of big pass here. No, just going to see what Colin Hart can do. And Jack Brown's going to show him what he can do as he makes yet another tackle. The wily old vet. That'll bring us to halftime. Your score at the half: Charleston Predators 21, Sioux Falls Sparrows 10. We'll take a look at the first half stats and highlights right now at the halftime show. Matt, your thoughts on the first half so far?
Well, I mean, look, the teams are very close. You know what the one difference is? Right at the bottom of your screen. Turnovers. You subtract the 7 points, it's a 14-10 game. Completely different situation. Charleston felt like, they've had an advantage for most of this game, but just they haven't been able to quite, put Sioux Falls away. I guess it's kind of premature only at the half, but they've had a chance to be up by even more points than they are now. So, will that come back to bite them later? We'll have to see in the second half.
Absolutely, Matt. Charleston starts off the game with a 10-play, 79-yard drive, resulting in a 1-yard touchdown run, which you saw a moment ago. Sioux Falls responded with a 13-play, 61-yard drive of their own, but it resulted in only a field goal, Matt. Charleston would go 3-and-out on their next possession. Sioux Falls would take back over. But, Matt, after only one play, they would throw that pick six that you mentioned that you also just saw the highlight of. And that is the biggest difference in this ball game. Sioux Falls got the ball back 74 yards later. They ran it into the end zone from 31 yards out for a touchdown. Charleston, 10 plays, 76 yards, would get that 20-yard touchdown rush right there. And that would just result in a series of punts following that. As you can see one of them right here. Sioux Falls would go 5 plays, 6 yards and punt. Charleston, 7 plays, 23 yards and a punt. And then pure chaos on the fumble. That is the first half stats and highlights here in Sioux Falls. Simulation Football League, Week 5, Game of the Week, Charleston Predators versus the Sioux Falls Sparrows. I'm Mike Deggs, up here in the booth on play-by-play with Matt Wilson, the Hall of Fame quarterback of the Mexico City Aztecs. Gerald Smith with us, keeping us up to date on those live stats. And, the drive summaries, too, that I'm able to go over on halftime. So appreciate Gerald Smith always being with us. Does a fantastic job. A.J. Levy's going to take this second half kickoff from the 4 and spin his way up to the 23-yard line, but well defended by the special teams unit of the Charleston Predators. Larry Sapp with that tackle at the 23, and Julian Tyree will lead the offense back out onto the field. 12 of 16, 105 yards and a pick in the first half. No touchdown passes for him. Quarterback rating only 65.9. Colin Hart, 41 yards on 10 carries, has 1 touchdown. Tyree will swing it out to him. He's been involved in the passing game a couple of times too, but with that sort of result, 2nd down and 12 after a loss of 2.
Yeah, just the defense Charleston's playing, it's not allowing those plays to work. They're playing back, seeing the screen all the way, and then running past the blockers and tackling Hart in the backfield. So I might just say, scratch that one for now, at least for this couple of drives. This play, however, has worked very successfully if it's slants.
4 wide on the field, Tyree in the gun.
Oh
gosh, what a punishing hit. I mean, he caught the ball, but Al Dillapre Sr. with the catch and just leveled by Reese. It looked painful.
Luckily, he held on to the ball. Now it could be fullback time. And Charleston in a 3-4. So I love this if you're going to run the fullback.
Wells lined up to the bottom, Hart to the top, and it's a pass. Hart wide open, hands it, room to run, first down up to the 40-yard line. That'll keep the chains moving here. And Matt, a very very important, great stat from Gerald Smith. Charleston's defense is one of the best at points allowed per game in the league. Coming into the week, they were actually ranked 3rd overall in points allowed per game with under 17. So
they've already won that.
See why they don't.
Average.
Yeah, and you can see why they don't mind receiving to start the game, because they play great in the lead. Their defense is just absolutely stifling at preventing points. And sneak for Tyree on this one caught, I think, everybody by surprise except for the defenses. They allow only 2.
Yeah, 2 on a QB sneak is great. Usually that play is good for 4, 5, 10. I've seen some nutty ones, but Hart's not had much success at all so far on the ground.
3 wide receivers on 2nd down and 8, offset eye in the backfield. Tyree steps up and fires a short pass over the middle. That one is caught by Terrazas. A gain of only 3 will bring up a 3rd down and 5.
But did you see Charleston? They're just kind of sitting back in their zone, and as soon as that ball was thrown, there was 3 Predators in the area just swarming for only a minimal gain.
Trips formation to the top of the screen. 3rd down and 5. Coming up, Tyree to throw. Short pass over the middle, wide open and complete. A.J. Warren with the catch up to the 47-yard line, and that'll keep the Sticks moving again.
Just nice, quick timing route. Slant. No one was in the area. Gets the job done. New set of downs for the Sparrows.
6 plays, 30 yards so far, and we're going to keep on rolling here with this one. Ball is handed off to Hart. Blockers out in front of him, but the defense is able to break through some of them. I'm surprised he only got 3 on that play, Matt. I thought that was going to go for a bunch.
Oh, look where his body was. It looked like it should have been a 5-yard gain, but I guess his knee hit early. Good job again by the Predators defense, just not allowing the big plays. The one run Hart had, and besides that, it's been Sioux Falls has kind of had to earn every inch on these long drives.
Hart to run again, hit right at the line again, and no gain on that play. Jack Brown meeting him at the line, and Matt, these two have been going at it all night so far.
Yeah, I just don't think running to the outside is a winning formula against this defense. I'd be hitting them right up the middle where it hurts because this is a team, they have a lot of team speed.
3rd down and 6. Tyree hit and sacked.
Oh.
Wow.
Is he okay?
I don't. Did it look to you like he punched him? Sam Lance with the sack. I want to see the replay on that one. It looked like he just yacked him down to the ground, but I think the truck's like, no, we don't want to show the violence.
I think he just pushed him down with 2 hands and flattened him.
Sure. We'll go with that. Punt forthcoming by Max Mulholt, standing back at his own 36-yard line. Lance Dulake to return for Charleston. He's going to let that one bounce, Matt, down at the 5, and now we can see a great special teams play by Sioux Falls. Sliding to down that one is Bobby Carpenter at the 4-yard line. So that is where Charleston will take over on offense, 96 yards away from the goal line. So we'll see what happens after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. And welcome back. Keith Swearingen, 7 carries for only 39 yards here midway through the 3rd quarter. A bit of a surprise to, I think, both you and I, Matt, but Swearingen will take this one once again. Doing the same thing he did on that touchdown run, Matt.
He just glides, Mike. He just glides like Gale Sayers. You know, he's not quick. He's not particularly elusive. But he just finds where the holes are and just kind of says, shows a little power there, but it's just mostly high IQ running plays.
Yeah, A.J. Levy hit him after only a short gain, but tried to arm tackle him, and Swearingen's at least powerful enough to run through that one. But, another great play. I saw that the middle wasn't open, so he's like, I'll just go around everybody. You're all going to be here in the middle. I'm just going to go around. Don't mind me. Trying to get around the outside again, and once again getting a couple of yards as he's tackled by Jose Fuentes. 2nd down and 8 after a gain of 2.
Still, though, that looked like it was going to be a loss of 2, and he just kind of snakes his way around, gets 2 yards, don't mind me.
Which is why I'm surprised we haven't seen a little bit more of Swearingen this game. Still single-digit carries this late into the ball game, asking TD Drew to do a little bit more than he normally does, but that time he's able to find Buchanan Simons down the right sideline for a huge gain all the way up to the 34-yard line.
I think Levy saved the touchdown here.
Yes, he did.
Drew got dumped on his head, and he still managed just to throw a strike, and Levy just missed the pick and then just grabbed him by the back and threw him to the ground to prevent a touchdown. But, great play by the Predators there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I was just about to say, I thought they were asking Drew to do a little too much this game. Drew with among the fewest passing attempts in the league coming into tonight's ball game. 5 touchdowns, 11 picks coming into the ball game as well. So, 2-to-1 pick to touchdown ratio the wrong way.
Oh,
so that pass incomplete. Trying to hit Swearingen downfield to bring up a 2nd down and 10. But, Matt, are you surprised that we've seen a lot more passing than running out of the Predator offense?
a little bit, but I think they like that set. When they get the 2 tight end, 3 receivers, although it looks like one of the receivers is Swearingen, against the 4-3 look. I think they think that's a big advantage for them because their 2 tight ends are highly paid and very talented.
2 receivers, 2 tight ends on the field for 2nd down and 10.
Oh!
Nice short dump pass is complete. Hauled in by Lyric Da Vinci. Drew with now over 200 yards passing on the day and another 1st down inside the red zone.
Drews just looked very solid. This is a great pass. Throws it up to the big tight end. I think you're going to see where the advantage is having a big guy, just the big outstretched arms, the big wingspan, and then it's dragged down. And oh boy, the Sioux Falls defense is in the danger zone here.
So 1st and 10 from their Sioux Falls 15-yard line. Swearingen back out onto the field, but 4 wide. Drew under center. 4 down linemen. 4-3 look out of the Sparrow defense. Swearingen will run up the middle. Tries to make a little too much happen on that one as the Sparrows swarm him. Tackle him for a loss of 2.
See, that running play doesn't make any sense to me. You've got 2 tight ends. And
off to the side.
Well, yeah, they're not on the field. So Swearingen's thinking, I got all this blocking in the world, and now it's been taken away.
Drew back to pass on 2nd and 12. Checks it down to Swearingen, who is leveled. Ow, that looked like that one hurt too. Fuentes with a punishing hit on Swearingen.
Yeah, and these last 2 calls by Charleston's got me kind of scratching my head a little bit, but we'll see if they can dial up something nice on 3rd and 11.
They're down and 11, 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Swearingen in the backfield. Drew to throw. Looking, has time, fires towards the end zone. Simons almost catches it, and then A.J. Levy almost picks it off, but it's just going to fall to the turf. A.J. Levy, Matt, he's the ball sparrow. Some people call these guys ball hawks. Not Levy, Matt. He's the ball sparrow. 5 interceptions. He's tied for 2nd most in the league. Nearly had another one there, and I think he had room to run, too, if he had picked that one off. But couldn't haul it in, but I think we'll see more out of the ball sparrow before this one is done.
So Sioux Falls does a decent job at least holding the Predators to a field goal, but boy, their offense needs to get humming, and humming soon. We're almost into the 4th quarter.
Mandemoyer on for a 32-yard field goal try. This one from the right hash. Kick is up, and it is good from 32 yards out. So, Matt, it's a 2-touchdown game now. 14-point difference here for the Predators. Like you said, Sioux Falls is going to have to get something going here on offense. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll see what happens next is Sioux Falls comes back out onto the field after a long 8-play, 80-yard drive. You're watching this Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. And welcome back to Liberty Park, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Charleston puts another 3 on the board, and the Sparrows will now take back over on offense. A.J. Levy nearly with a pick on that last play on offense and brings it out to the 27-yard line to give his team decent starting field position. Not too bad getting it from the 27. Julian Tyree now 17 of 21, 133 yards in the pick. Matt, he's completed over 80% of his passes Problem is he's just not finding any of the receivers really downfield deep to get into the end zone. The leading receiver only has 38 yards. Colin Hart takes this one on first down with a couple of lead blockers and gets his way up to the 37-yard line. Good tackle by Reese to prevent a bigger gain. 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, not quite the running game we suspected out of these two teams. Like I said, my key to the game was a solid running game and not turning the ball over. And both teams have kind of had meddling running games, but Sioux Falls has been the only team that's turned the ball over.
2nd down and 1 from the 37. Hart running to the right-hand side, gets a first down and a little bit more up to the 40-yard line. Matt, for those of you who are watching the first time, what are you watching? Simulation Football League is the first controllerless esport allowing you, the viewer, to participate in all the action on the field without a controller in your hands. Visit simulation.football, wacky website name, but hey, we'll go with it. Simulation.football for details on how to get started with the team and in the league. We have cool URLs. Look at that deep pass down the right-hand sideline. Well defended. That'll be broken up. 2nd down and 10.
It's not the prettiest looking deep ball I think I've ever seen. It looked underthrown, but the receiver looked open. That is strange. I don't know. Tyree looks a little off. Maybe the old gunslinger's throwing arm sore. I don't know.
Could be. We'll have to keep an eye on that throughout the rest of this one. 2nd down and 10. Tyree will hand the ball off to Hart. Tries to run around the outside again, and that one stuffed. 3rd down and 13 after a loss of 3.
That play has not worked very well at all. They've had some success, but I mean, look at this job by how just stopping him in his tracks.
Hart with 15 carries for 54 yards, averaging only 3.6 yards per carry on the season. He's averaging 4.7 yards per carry, Matt, on his first 100 rushes, going for over 150 yards. 6 touchdowns on the season, only 1 tonight. Had a pair of them last week. Pass on 3rd down's complete, gain of 10, but not enough to keep the drive alive. And, Matt, you said the offense needed to get going, but it's going to stall out here at about midfield.
That's the problem with 90 all slants. It's great on 3rd and 10 or less, but when you need 14 yards, sometimes it just sits a little short. And good job by the Charleston defense. Just, again, suffocate. They're living up to their average or living up to their reputation and not letting Sioux Falls do a whole lot on offense.
Mulholt punts that one back to the 15-yard line, gets it up to the 22. That is where TD Drew will start back over on offense after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports, and for the fans, stay with us. Welcome back to Liberty Park, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. 24-10 the score, 14-point ball game, Matt, and the Predators are on offense yet again here from their own 22. Swearingen will take the carry, running up the middle and right into the arms of Nick Fargo. 2nd and 9.
So Sioux Falls defense really has to just bunker down and not let they can't. I don't think they can allow Charleston to score another point in this game.
Yeah, I would agree. I think any more points could start at least assembling that coffin. Drew fires an out route, and that one's nearly intercepted. That could have been a huge shift in momentum. John Barnhart gets his hands on it, Matt. He would have easily walked into the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, if that was a pick six, then, well, everything I said just went out the window, but it wasn't. So, but still, good job by the Sioux Falls defense, and now a tough 3rd and 9.
Crowd here on their feet, willing their defense to make a stop. Drew will throw, fires out route, but that one's not going to be enough. And the Predators go 3 and out. The Sparrows get the stop that they need, and they'll get the ball back after not a lot of time ticked off the clock on that one. A nice short drive for that Sioux Falls Sparrows defense.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of field position. I'm not sure which way the wind's blowing. I haven't stuck my head outside because, I like
Now,
it.
you'll probably fall out if the window would be due, so stay inside. Stay inside. I don't want to see you get hurt, Matt. I'm just looking out for your safety and well-being. Benjamin Warner punts it back to A.J. Levy, spinning his way up past the 40-yard line up to the 42. 17 seconds to go here in the third quarter, so probably one play. And we'll see the third quarter tick down. Julian Tyree coming back out onto the field.
But, it doesn't matter how many times you get the ball, what are you going to do with it? They've been gifted a lot of opportunities here. The defense has for Sioux Falls, but the offense has done jack.
18 to 23, 143 yards for Tyree. He's going to hand it off to Hart. His 16th carry of the night is going to go for a gain of 3. Now with 57 yards on the night, Zachary Bates, 8 tackles. He's been all over the field making plays. That is going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. The Predators in front, but put your fours up. There's still a quarter to go, and anything can happen here in the Simulation Football League, especially with a whole quarter to play. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Don't go anywhere. Exciting conclusion next. And welcome back to Liberty Park, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm Mike Daggs in the booth, along with the Hall of Famer Matt Wilson, Gerald Smith with us on stats tonight and every night that we broadcast. Appreciate you being here, Gerald. And everybody that's watching the game, 2nd down and 7, Colin Hart leveled once again at the line. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. And Matt, it's critical here for Sioux Falls to get a 1st down and keep this one going.
I just can't figure out Colin Hart. Like, he hasn't been able to bounce off anybody really. He doesn't spin. I don't know what's wrong with Hart.
Well, not on the field on this one. Is
Oh,
that
no.
pass is somehow caught, but
Wow.
one tipped is they tried to hit Terrazas, and then Dillapre catches it, but 4th down and 1. What a crazy play! But I think they're going to send the punt unit out, Matt, from midfield.
Man, I maybe the wrong call, but man,
maybe not. No, the offense is out there, Matt.
Yeah,
the
but
offense is out there.
I'd run the fullback with this set too. Everyone's way back. Just hit him quick, get the first, and keep going.
They hand it off to Hart. Hart has room, and he gets the first down and more. Up inside the 40-yard line, tackled at the 39. First down and 10. Now 69 yards on 18 carries.
I liked what I saw out of what the defense was showing Sioux Falls. I didn't expect them to go off tackle, which again has not worked very well in their favor so far. But this time it pays off, and key play, one of the key plays for at least them in this game, keeps their drive alive and keeps their hopes alive to get closer in this game.
A huge play. After that tip that was caught for 4th down and 1, and then they get the first down to be able to keep the sticks moving. Critical. 2nd down and 11 after a loss there. And like you said, Matt, the off tackle hasn't really worked. They're lucky it worked on that 4th down.
And again, that's the thing with Colin Hart. I haven't seen anything special out of him yet. I am sure, as the season progresses, he'll warm up, but he hasn't really he needs good blocking.
Only averaging 3.6 yards per carry in this one, and that average keeps going down. Is another tackle for a loss. This one by Brandon Haight. 3rd down and a long 13 coming up.
Yeah, Colin Hart saying he hate me because he just got sideswiped. That looked very painful.
Sioux Falls 7 of 12 on 3rd downs. Only 58% complete. 5 wide on this one. Going for a deep pass, and that one's caught inside the red zone, complete up at the 16-yard line. Great jumping catch by the Week 5 addition to the roster, Gunnar Lewis.
They fooled me. I thought they were going to run slants again. They'd take the top off the defense, and into the red zone they go. Sioux Falls is on the move with lots of time remaining in this game.
What a beautiful deep corner route. I don't think we've seen that once tonight, and they dialed it up right at the right time. 3rd and 13, and you're able to convert it on this crucial drive. Offset I formation on 1st down and 10. Ball is handed off to Hart. They're going to try off tackle again. He gets a couple of yards that time. Brandon Haight with the tackle. You can see the average, Matt. It's been dropping a little, as I mentioned, 3.2 yards per carry, 68 yards on. He had a 31-yard long, but that was the one that he ran into the end zone for the touchdown. They could use that again here. 14-yarder into the end zone right now would be just what the Sparrow ordered.
Where's the slant? Where's my quick slant? That's what I...
Tyree swings it down to Hart and tackled at the line. Now we've called his name a billion times tonight. Josh Reese all over the field for that Predator defense. Makes the tackle there. 3rd down and 8.
And I'm assuming Hart's receiving yards are pretty woeful at this point. Does he even have a positive yardage on those? I don't think so.
5 wide on the field once again on 3rd down. Tyree in the gun. 3 down linemen for the Predators. Tyree has time, fires towards the end zone, and that one is intercepted. A just absolutely deadly pick, and he kneels at the 3 because he got confused on where he was. That was a wild set. Kellett and Holly tried to kneel in the end zone and got shoved out and still went down to the knee at the 3-yard line. That is where the offense is going to take over. That was absolutely wild. I might challenge that one. I'm pretty sure he got his knee down, and then A.J. Warren shoved him out of the end zone.
I guess in the SFL, in the NFL, they'd be like, well, he gave himself up. He's doing the... In the SFL, you got to get that knee down, or the defenders are going to push you out of the end zone. Yeah. So that's a good play by the Sioux Falls offense to do that.
Yeah, after a devastatingly bad play, though, as now Swearingen has the ball back, bringing it up to the 10-yard line. They were trying to... punch that one into the end zone, Matt, and it's just a devastating turnover, ending what was a very promising drive. Now less than 7 minutes to go, and Charleston in possession of the ball and the clock.
And there you see the Swearingen's just got that little extra. He looks like he got caught in the backfield, was able to escape and get 8 big yards.
Swearingen takes that handoff right up the middle for another first down, getting it up to the 14-yard line. Matt, visit sector6apparel.com for all league and team apparel, including hoodies, t-shirts, team jerseys, and more. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and they make some really high-quality stuff. I've seen quite a bit of the things that they produce, and it's really fantastic gear. Highly recommend it. Short pass over the middle is complete for a gain of 4, second down and 6. The tight end, Lyric Da Vinci, he's been used quite a bit so far tonight, Matt. Over 70 yards receiving on 6 catches.
Yeah, both tight ends have gotten their hands on balls. And, I mean, this plays right into Charleston's hands because if they want to run the ball, which they're not going to do here likely, but they got 2 tight ends and 2 tackles just grind out the defense.
Drew in the gun. Pressure coming.
Wow.
He throws the ball, and that one is going to be incomplete. James Kelly with another quarterback pressure. Good job by the rookie first rounder to get into the backfield.
I wasn't sure that was a fumble. I don't know if it was. It looked lucky. I think he got his arm forward. It looked like it could have been a backwards pass.
And just received word from Sioux Falls, Matt. The Sioux Falls Sparrows team store at sector6apparel.com is now open. So if you want to get your Sparrows gear, get in there. Drew deep pass over the middle. That one's caught. Buchanan Simons, they're trying to put all the nails in this coffin, Matt, as we are now ticking down to 5 minutes to go. The defense looked like they might get another stop, but now first down and 10 from midfield.
Yeah, I think Charleston just took a truck right through the Sioux Falls team store for that play.
Oh, wow. The store's now open, and here comes Charleston driving a semi through the front door. Nice, Matt.
Big whale painted on the side.
That's terrible. That's absolutely heartless. You are a cruel, cruel man. Swearingen with the handoff, running up the middle and leveling him on the play is A.J. Levy at the 47-yard line. Charleston Predators also have their team store opened up, Matt, and you know what they should have in there is little toy semi-trucks with a giant whale painted on the side. We should see if Sector 6 can do some toys in addition to apparel.
There you go.
Right now, it's just some apparel, I believe. I'd buy a little truck with a whale on it. Swearingen running up the middle. I'd buy a truck with a sparrow on it, too, just to be clear. Or like an A.J. Levy action figure.
Yeah, fully posable.
Yeah, with like spring-loaded feet so he can jump up and make the pick. We're getting off topic. First down and 10 from the 39-yard line, ticking down to 4 minutes to go in this one.
But this is what I'm talking about. With these tight ends, they can just run Swearingen, and even if he doesn't get a first down, that'll be worth it. Take 2 minutes off the clock. And yeah, they're just in clock killing mode.
Swearingen with another carry and once again leveled at the line. They've done a good job of stopping him. 75 yards rushing, but he typically can put up even a lot more than that. 130 yards last week on 30 carries, averaging over 4 yards a carry. Now I kind of want a Matt Wilson bobblehead. They really need to get into the toys, Matt.
But like the bobblehead would have to lean its head to one side because I can't straighten mine.
Right. It would be a bobblehead where the head doesn't actually bobble. It would actually be like
stuck to one
molded
side.
in place. Yeah. But realism. That's what they're going for. Second down and 9. 3 minutes 15 seconds to go. Drew out route. That one's complete once again to Da Vinci, the tight end. Is making an absolutely huge impact for his team. A couple of first-round picks, one for Charleston and one for Sioux Falls. We've seen them both quite a bit tonight. Lyric Da Vinci picked 5th overall. 5 picks later is where James Kelly, the defensive end, was picked on Sioux Falls. He's been able to get into the backfield a couple of times on pass disruptions. Only 1 sack on the season, but bright future for both of these players.
And Drew had enough time back there to reheat a burrito and eat it and then clean up his mouth and then throw the ball. He has just not faced a lot of duress tonight, just a few little sprinklings, but not much, and that's a real disappointment if you're a Sioux Falls fan because you got to generate more pressure on the quarterback.
2.5 minutes to go in this one. Charleston looks like it will away with this ball game, literally and figuratively, as Swearingen carries another one straight up the middle for a gain of 5. Second down and 5 coming up. Follow the SFL on social media and, all the social medias that there are, Matt. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even TikTok, and more at Simulation FL. Make sure to catch more content like the Kramer Show, game highlights, and more by subscribing to our YouTube channel so you don't miss a moment of the action when we are not live on television. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. Charleston in control and still in possession of the ball on offense. 24-10 the score. We'll be back after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. And welcome back for the final 2 minutes of this one. Second down and 5. Drew under center, Swearingen in the backfield. Swearingen takes the handoff up the middle, and Sioux Falls will have to burn their first timeout of the second half. Matt, typically Colin Hart and this Sioux Falls offense are the ones that are just absolutely running away with it. You can see that, in season 11 and 12, and now also in season 14, top 5 rushing offense. Season 13, they didn't have quite that same success, and it cost them as they had a losing record in each of those other seasons, and this one they had a winning record. But Swearingen and the Predators just leading the charge on the ground so far tonight. 84 yards for Swearingen, adding on to that total. That'll bring up a fourth down after yet another timeout is called by the Sioux Falls Sparrows.
So this gives Sioux Falls about a 1% chance to win this game. Step one, they gotta somehow stop this field goal. So we'll see if they can do that.
Sparrows with a combined 80 yards on the ground between Hart and Wells. Swearingen with more yards just on his own. This field goal is up and good, and that should just about do it as far as that final nail in the proverbial coffin, Matt. Is the score is now 27-10, 17-point ball game here in Sioux Falls with less than 2 minutes to go.
Mike, didn't Tyree carry the ball once for 2 yards as well?
He did, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, we never saw it again, which is kind of unusual, but I guess they're just like, it's not working. They need to pull out all the stops here. I mean, this has got to be quick drive.
Hard to have a start with A.J. Levy, kick return for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Takes that one at the goal line and sidesteps the first defender. Can't get through. Had a chance there. But first down and 10 from the 26-yard line.
Gotta give
I imagine
Charleston
we've
credit.
probably seen... Oh, go ahead, Matt.
I mean, gotta give Charleston credit. They've tackled well this whole game. No one's really slipped through their fingertips.
Yeah, agreed. And that's been part of the problem for the Sioux Falls offense, is they're just not able to make plays once they get the ball in the hands of a playmaker. Tyree out route. That one's complete, and stepping out of bounds is Gunnar Lewis. Matt, he's had a great game. Not to not to, just have this be a total loss for the Sparrows. They had their leading receiver last week was Riley Porter, 8 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown. And then he was released last week after that performance. He was the leading receiver. And leading receiver so far tonight, his replacement, Gunnar Lewis, 5 catches for 67 yards. So in his first game, he's doing what they wanted him to do, and just needs to get a little bit more. Deep pass down the right-hand sideline. That one's caught, but out of bounds. A.J. Warren, so that one will be ruled incomplete. 3rd down and 7 coming up.
And Tyree had an open receiver at the top of the screen. He wasn't looking that way. Could have had 7, but unfortunate miss.
Julian Tyree, 178 yards and 2 picks. He's struggled in the interception department so far this season. They're going to have to look to make a couple of changes here on offense to try and fix that problem. 3rd down and 7 will be converted after a short dump off pass to James. 1st down and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Under a minute and a half to go. Low snaps corralled in. Over the middle, complete to Terrazas. They will go into the hurry-up in Charleston territory. Tyree, another quick pass. Broken up and incomplete. Pass was once again intended for Warren. A little slow to get up after that hit.
Yeah, Josh
Reese. Once again, he's, like I said, he's been everywhere.
Oh, he's lowering the boom on that one.
And Josh Reese probably won't get player of the game, Matt, but, if I got a vote, which I don't, but if I did, he would definitely get my vote. Had that pick 6, which, if that didn't set the momentum 100% in Charleston favor, I don't know what did, because it was after that pick 6 that they just kept their foot on the gas and have just stayed out in front the entire time. Plenty of pass breakups and tackles. He's been doing it all. That one complete, but 3rd down and inches coming up. Lewis with another catch. Tyree to throw, and that one is caught by Terrazas. He'll gain 9 on that play.
If they were down 7, this is great, but you're down 17. You need to move a little, run your routes a little deeper.
Tyree, another quick slant. That one's caught once again by Lewis. Lewis makes his way up to the 12-yard line, gain of 17. 3 receivers bunched to the top of the screen. Tyree to throw, fires towards the end zone, and touchdown, Sioux Falls. Gunnar Lewis getting his first SFL career touchdown, so they won't win the game, Matt, but that's still something to be proud of. In his first career game, he gets his first career touchdown down here at the end.
Well, I mean, never say never, Mike. There's still the onside kick, and then if they recover it, then we've got 28 seconds, and you never know. That's all I'll say.
You never know, yes, but there would have to be an onside kick recovered, a quick score, and another onside kick recovered. So,
well, you onside kick it, you recover it, you get about 10 yards, kick the field goal, down 7, kick another one, get it, and then go for the touchdown.
Yeah, piece of cake. No problem at all, right?
Just the eternal optimist.
27-17 onside kick coming up next for Maxwell Falk. Let's see what he can do.
Gonna go left or right. Let's see. You never know.
Falk looking, and he will kick that one to his left. Nice bounce, but right into the hands of the Predators. And they will take back over on offense at the Sioux Falls 35-yard line. And that will do it, Matt. They will kneel it probably 2 times, and it'll tick away the rest of the clock in this one. Simulation Football League action does not end here tonight, though, for Week 5. We have 2 more games tomorrow. Tuesday night, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Houston will head to Baltimore. Jeff Malinishin and Eddie Gage on the call, Matt. That game will be on the 11 Sports Network and for the fans, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then to round out Week 5, The Las Vegas Fury will head to St. Louis to take on the Gladiators. Robert Garrett Jr. and Wade Phillips will be on the call, and Gerald Smith, our stat man, will be taking over stats on that game as well. I don't know how I feel about that, but all right, fine. Game will be on the Simulation Football League YouTube page. Final kneel down as the clock is going to tick away in this one. 27-17, your final score. Charleston Predators will come away with the victory. Matt, your final thoughts in this game?
Well, it's hard looking at the stats, but or not being able to look at the stats, but I figure that Sioux Falls just didn't do enough. The Charleston defense kind of suffocated their running game, and their passing game they didn't take enough chances. They threw the one pick, and it seems like, I don't know, they were gun shy. I'm not sure, but no big passing plays over the top. Just kind of trying to slowly move their way down the field, and they just didn't get the first downs necessary. I mean, that's very close in total yards, but 2 turnovers.
Yeah, the 2 turnovers, I think, made the big difference. So that wraps up tonight's game. Sioux Falls will fall to 3-2 on the season. Charleston will move up to 4-1. Matt, Charleston's only loss this season was to the undefeated Vancouver Legion. Could that have been a championship preview? We'll find out as this season continues to unfold. Next up for Charleston, they head back home next week to host the currently 3-1 Baltimore Vultures. We'll see how they do next week. Tomorrow night. For Sioux Falls, they hit the road next week to take on the 3-2 Jacksonville Kings. Oof. We'll have more action tomorrow night, and then the Simulation Football League returns once again in Week 6. Kickoff will be on Saturday, February 22nd at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Matt, player of the game, who do you think it's going to be?
Oh my gosh.
So let's see. TD Drew, 22 of 33, 265 yards. Could be Lyric Da Vinci, 91 yards receiving. And it's Keith Swearingen, the running back. 19 carries, 82 yards, 2 touchdowns. He even added in 13 yards receiving. Matt, that is your player of the game. Thank you for joining us, everybody. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. For Matt Wilson, Gerald Smith, our commissioner and producer, Cameron Irvine, and everyone here at the Simulation Football League, I am Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us, and good night, everybody.